Hey people, Indrid here, welcome back to the Elite League show for Season 6, innit? This is Division B to start off today on Selenon Island. We have Sephiroth with a Farseer, a support hero, fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control the Harley Quinn's elite scheme here. Red side, Moomin is an apothecary, support hero fighting in melee, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. What is that badge? Is that a custom badge? Looks like a custom badge. I certainly don't recognise it. Farseers run all the way over to the northwestern contested power. We do have contested VP in the southeast and naturals in the north and west, kind of close to each other, kind of like Fedrid Folly and Vulcan I think is like this, so we're probably going to see quite a lopsided game as players don't want to lose both of these VPs. They're quite close together. So we've got Banshees and I imagine Scouts, yep, going to the southeast to duke it out. More scouts on the way for Moomin. Nothing else up though for Sephiroth yet. So into double rangers maybe. I mean, if you see one ranger, most likely they're going to get two of them. And Moomin's just going to bring all this stuff down the northeast side, I guess. And there's not a whole lot that Sephiroth can do about it. Farseer trying to fleet into combat. Puts guide on herself. Goes after the tactical marines, but look at the damage he's taken already. Good special attack. Farseer's got one of the best specials, I think. It's so quick, and you get that 360 knockback. That's quicker than the Force Commander special, and that's not 360. Heal goes off there for the tactical marines, keep them topped up, and they're going to get a decap on all this stuff, I imagine. It is Rangers for Sephiroth, so into Assault Marines we can say for Moomin, I think. Banshees chasing off the scouts on this side. Scouts are quick though. Banshees need to get their melee charge to catch them. And then if they have their... oh look, they're getting the aspect. If they have the aspect, they can then war shout them. A little bit of cat and mouse over here. Using their fleet. Who needs a melee charge when you have fleet? Gonna catch them. Gonna need to retreat here, the scouts. There's the war shout, but it has no effect on retreating units. They got the VP here, Moomin. Rangers should do a good job, yeah, keeping the scouts back. And just take shots at the apothecary too. Might want to get the sergeant over here. See that health regen aura from the apothecary? Tactical Marine's not quite close enough to him to get it. Farseer's going in again. Another special attack. The Guardian's there, persuaded to leave. Lots of shots going in, but the heal from the apothecary keeps those tactical marines topped up. Another special. She then eats a special herself from the apothecary. There's a second ranger squad, and we do have an assault marine squad from Moomin. Heard the Banshees yelling. Yeah, they found the scouts again. Moomin keeping the pressure up. Those tactical marines are mighty low. Depending on how those ranger shots fall. Oh, they got the heal. They got the heal. Apothecary, that was his level 1 heal. Look how good that was. You might want to target the apothecary himself. Look at that. Snipers these days do get some good damage output versus enemy heroes, since their damage type was tweaked a number of years ago now, when the snipers were all rebalanced to do less damage per shot. Rangers might be able to get both the VPs if they're sneaky. These guys do have their hollow field, the Pathfinder gear, sorry, which gives them hollow fields, as well as fleet and the kinetic pulse. Got shotguns now for the scouts, and they're getting their sergeant, which can mess with rangers, because if you shoot the sergeant, the damage just gets split to all the other models, so you can hit the sergeant like 5 or 6 times and not kill a model if you're unlucky. For those curious, maybe you don't play the game, you can't individually target models with basic attacks. For the most part, you can target them individually with special abilities sometimes. But I guess they typically target whatever model is closest, right? Can they avoid both getting jumped by the Assault Marines here? What is this? The Banshees fleeting away from incoming danger. They were going for the power. Moomin saw them off. Those are both shots on the same model, but they have 400 hit points each. Avoided the jump though. They did avoid a jump. Now they're trying to be sneaky. Shuriken's going to do a lot of damage here. Need to jump again at 55 energy. There it is. Ranger's going to get more shots. Maybe they'll get a model off them. Look how low they are. There's the heal coming in now. And that was a heal from the Farseer. We saw the Spirit Stones, which is in the wrong War Gear slot. I've never seen this bug before. It's in the weapon slot. There we go. Fixed itself. Amazing. We do also have the purification rights for the Apothecary. Be very useful for when Banshees swarm the Assault Marines, who did get away with not a lot of hit points. They got down around 270 at one point with no model losses. Decap and run from Moomin's Apothecary. Job done, I think. We do have Pathfinder gear on both of the Rangers now. But Moomin does have a detector. Oh, these guys have it. The Sergeant there can spot stuff. Knows how to look for sneaky Eldas things. Shotgun blast on the Banshees. Tactical Marines there in support. Should be able to deal with them. There's the War Shout, which apparently wasn't close enough to suppress those scouts. Seemed like they were close enough. But they were moving so fast they might have been, you know, a meter out of range, and then suddenly they were in range after they'd used it. Double Rangers pushed up quite far there, creating some space for Sephiroth to get these caps. Is that how you say it, Sephiroth? Grenade on the Shuriken. Oh, retreated the wrong lot. Retreated the wrong control group there, I think. Can the Guardians get some model off? No, they can't. Heal goes in. Farseer got the VP and then fleets away. So she's got Guide and Fleet and Spirit Stones to use now. Needs to manage her energy. Spiritual Rights is the actual ability's name. 359 to 438. Tier 2 for Moomin. Sephiroth, I'm sure, would love to get a Wraith Lord. I'm not sure about Moomin. Maybe a Razorback. Gonna try and steal this power, it seems. This is the contested northwest power. Don't think anyone's got on the naturals, actually. They're in the middle here. Rangers getting shots on those scouts. I think that was a... Yeah, both of those shots went on the Sergeant. I think that one did too. And they killed one because it hit the Sergeant, you see. Assault Squad jumping in. Suppressed by the War Shout. Banshees can get on him. Good special from the Farseer. Look at the scouts getting rocked. Down to 3 models at 50 hit points. 3 models at 24 hit points. What the hell? Very unlucky for Sephiroth there. Must have hit the Sergeant over and over again. Assault Squad. They got 2 Assault Squad models though. That's some power to reinforce. And now the Banshees can glide straight onto the power. And chop it up. Farseer's not helping. Hey, Miss Farseer. Gonna put Guide on them or something? Maybe it's already been used. It must have been on the Rangers, right? Or the Shuriken or something in that fight. Those power melee kicks going in. Gonna get 1 gen. It's pretty good. We got a Razorback on the way for Moomin. Oh, they dropped their scouts somewhere. Must have been these Guardians. Oh, over here, look. They were capping this. Maybe forgot about them. 313 to 430. It's all about these Assault Marine jumps now. How many units can they take out of the fight with the jump? Sephiroth is keeping the Rangers split from the Shuriken, so they can't get all 3 of them. And there's your Razorback. Support vehicle for Space Marines. Allows you to reinforce and transport infantry. We had Banshees with Guide up that tore through a couple of those Tactical Marines there. Assault Marines on retreat path. Can't quite get a model. Those guys already lost 1. This Razorback's going quite far forward. I was only midway. Still going. I mean, they must expect that they're going to run into a Wraith Lord here. They haven't seen anything else from Sephiroth in Tier 2. Here it is. And it's going to get the Bright Lance, and that might be a destroyed Razorback here. This thing's going to chase. There's nothing in Moomin's army that can really stop it. Trying to get Devastators. Just needs to use short movement orders so he doesn't turn around. Oh, there he goes. He's turned around. He's going to die. Rear armor hits. 1 will do it. There we go. Razorback didn't last long, did it? Apothecary now has the customized Storm Bolter alongside those Purification Rights. Assault Squad gets the cap on the VP. Wraith Lord's got this big old heavy melee Ghost Glaive sword. Good damage to all targets with a splash damage effect. So it can fight groups of infantry quite effectively. Those big swings. We do have a Melter Bomb. Any sign of... No missile launcher. These guys... Oh, they didn't get a las cannon. Not yet anyway. 75 requisition, isn't it? Something like that. Moomin's just leading the Wraith Lord on a merry old chase. Sephiroth needs to try and get the VPs back. They do have this power still. It's not noded, but they have 2 gens on it, and we do have a las cannon here for Moomin. So they can set up the las cannon shots with the Melter Bomb, perhaps. And they do have the energy. Have they leveled up? Oh, they don't have. They haven't leveled up. I'm not sure if they have the energy to jump and throw the Melter. They might do. The Melter might be like a 45 energy throw. Double Ranger's being all sneaky. Yeah, you get some shots on that Apothecary. Look at that. It can't take too many of those. Still level 1, this guy. And no armor upgrade. Here comes the las cannon. Here come the Assault Squad. These fellas just got a sergeant, suggesting perhaps that we're going to see Stone Guard veterans on those guys. There's the Melter Bomb throw. But a really well-timed kinetic pulse knocked down the las cannon just as it was going to set up there. Might still be able to get a shot in. Should be able to get at least one, which will slow down the Wraith Lord. Boom. Stacking with the Melter Bomb slow completely shuts down the movement. Wraith Lord now turns to engage, and Banshee's coming in with their Exarch, who has that heavy melee. Executioner Spear. And we have Rune Armor's Psychic Storm there. Banshees might wipe. They immediately lost the Exarch as they were running in there. Looks like they might be okay. 35 hit points, they're going to be fine. The Assault Squad's not going to jump again, are they? Because they're going to be in big trouble if they do. Farseer goes down. She was using the Levitation Blade there. Levitation Field, sorry, the Gravity Blade. Las Cannon shot and the Melter shuts down the movement again of the Wraith Lord, but the Assault Squad, as you can see, do not want to fight it. 2 swings and they'll be dead, basically. Autarch drops in. Goes after the las cannon, doesn't want it firing on the Wraith Lord. That's good play from Sephiroth, using all tools available to you. Can this lady survive though? Looks like the Autarch is going to be okay. Sometimes you see her dropped in, immediately die. It's like she has less than the 750 hit points that the numbers tell you she has. She seems to lose health so quickly. I assume she has commander armor, but I'm not actually sure. Both of the natural VPs are blue for Sephiroth. VP's quite even. Slight VP lead for Moomin. A Dreadnought on the way. Wraith Lord's being repaired. And we could still see a Bright Lance from this thing if it's needed for the Dreadnoughts. Did not see Stone Guard from these guys yet. Something needs to jump them. Here comes the Assault Squad, so they are going to be forced to retreat. Look at the damage those Tactical Marines took though. Had to get the heal. They retreated just in time to not get knocked over there. Grenade on retreat path, potentially. A little bit far. Almost got the Banshees as they came in. These Banshees now huddled around that Autarch, providing a damage resistance bonus. I believe it's 15%, but it has been changed a few times over the years. I think it was 10% at one point. It might still be 10%. There's that Dreadnought then. Starts off as a close combat walker. There's 2 Dreadnought fists and that flamer mounted on one of them. Bad news for the Banshees, let's say. Wraith Lord will give it a good fight. Wraith Lord does more damage per swing, but less DPS than the Dreadnought. And because the DPS attacks, because the Dreadnought, sorry, attacks more often, it's better against infantry because that's more splash damage going in. It's going to be a 2-to-1, I think, for Moomin. Wraith Lord does get that shoulder-mounted weapon, though, without any loss of melee ability. Keeps all the DPS from melee and keeps the melee resistance as well. What are these Banshees up to? Were they going for the VP there? They got spotted by the scouts. Shotgun blasted. Autark is with them. No, that's the Farseer. Where is the Autark? Is the Autark dead? Maybe. No, the Autark was there. She's there. It's hard to spot her. Usually she's got wings and stuff. Las Cannon's getting shots. They don't want that. You shut them down with kinetic pulses. They have 2 kinetic pulses to shut them off. But that Dreadnought's scary, and the Assault Marine jumps are scary. What is this? Its Guardians never got any war gear, bless them. But they have been doing some good work on this southeastern side. Corner, whatever you want to call it. Assault Squad jumping in where they thought the Rangers were, I think. Ouch. Rangers. I mean, F that guy in particular, I guess. Tier 3 all round. Lots of red. Yes, they can get Terminators moving. Guardians were forced to retreat by Tactical Marines. It's a bad fight for them. Those tacks are upgraded as well. Okay, so Sephiroth can get their natural back, and they do have that foot speed to get onto this quickly with Fleet. No webways yet. I guess the scouts would spot them if they were on the natural VP. You could put them over here. The scouts wouldn't spot them unless they went looking. Autark goes for it. She's very quick on her feet and can jump around. Shuriken, good way to shut down these tactical marines, although they can use and they show no fear. I got a little bit close there. They are trying to get into melee, so it doesn't have time to turn around and start shooting. 150 to 334. Decent VP lead for Moomin. Farseer is now fully kitted out, as we've seen. Level 2. Apothecary also level 2. And they got both the naturals. They are... Oh, look, they put a webway exactly where I said. The Farseer webway allows you to infiltrate allies, which is fun. Autark's gone for the Executioner. I was expecting maybe the fusion gun to help with the Dreadnought. Her spear is a power melee spear, unlike the Banshee spear. Rangers are looking for stuff, I think. Might try and get a decap over there, yep. Why not? Big blob of marine stuff slowly making its way over, but they have the 2 VPs trying to set up a good position to fight from. Here comes the Fire Prism. The Shuriken goes back to the southeast. I thought maybe it was going to sit up with those guys in the northwest to help hold it. Tactical Marines are backing away. Wonder if they'll turn around when they see these guys capping. A setup team can't set up while they're capping, so they're far less dangerous. Yeah, don't have a huge amount in terms of anti-vehicle. The Banshees, despite having a heavy melee weapon, don't really want to fight a Dreadnought. Wraithord can go in there, of course, get some shots in. As well, here come Terminators, I imagine, from Moomin. Yeah, would be quite strange to call in a drop pod at this stage. Terminators with their super heavy infantry armor, Storm Bolters and Power Fist. They can't retreat, but they do inspire people when they kill. So if you can target something soft like the Rangers there or the Guardians, get lots of those kill inspirations going. Wraithlord doing big damage to this blob of stuff. Banshee's getting in, trying to go after the Dreadnought. Oh, there they are. Good special from the Wraithlord. It's going to die though to Dreadnought melee, I think. Yep. Wraithlord goes down. We get to see the Sync Kill. Awesome. Gonna rips out its Spirit Stone or something there. And then just lays it down. There's the Levitation Field. They did kill a Terminator and they killed a bunch of Marines, didn't they? They did get away though. Double cap. That Wraithlord was doing insane amounts of damage to that blob of Marines, but it was all the while taking shots from the Dreadnought too. Fire Prism now getting shots in. Can use a focused shot or a more dispersed shot for disruption. Dreadnought got very low there. I think Fire Dragons might be a good pick here. They've got that Dragon Scale armor to stop the Assault Squad disruption. They'll do good damage to all the targets here. Melter does extra versus Super Heavy and can help you against vehicles. Of course, it does 75% to vehicles, I think. I think it's 75%. Terminators getting an Assault Cannon Should be able to very quickly kill Eldar models now for those inspiration buffs. Dreadnought stomping back to base. Single cap here for Sephiroth. They're gonna get a 2-to-1, I think. Yep. Very quick double, actually, before Moomin completes this cap. There it is. So VPs are going to be pretty even soon. Look at these armies, though. Dreadnought inspires on kill. Terminators inspire on kill. We got the disruption and the initiation from the assault squad. Banshee's still alive, though. Autarch still alive. Level 2, actually. And the Farseer does have the gravity blade to mess with the assault squad. Can they keep this fire prism alive? Las Cannon is a big danger. Doesn't want to stay there. Oh, what's it doing? It's aiming at the Banshees, I think. It is aiming at the Banshees. It might have been that it just couldn't see the fire prism there. Weapons have more range than their units can see often enough. 150 to 141. There's that terrifying assault cannon. Did that hit the last cannon? Boom, there we go. Banshee's going in on it. Dreadnought is going to be there soon. But they might just rip apart the Devastators. Looks like that one got knocked far enough away. There's that big inspirational kill from the Dreadnought. The Autarch went down. In fact, they're down to 2 models, those guys. The Assault Squad with a Melter going after the Fire Prism. Rangers are helping out. Are they retreated? Why did they retreat? Could have stuck around, got some shots in, I think. Fire Prism takes so long to shoot, doesn't it? Big wind up. Yeah, but there's no way these guys are going to be able to cap with the Fire Prism there. He's using that focus shot here, which will still knock down a single model. As you saw, we do have a webway on this side, and the webway is still here too. Oh, we've got a Seer Council. Look at that. They look actually really cool when they're Harlequins. Assault Cannon barrage from the Dreadnought. Didn't seem to do too much to the Seer Council there. They tanked it pretty well with their 15% range damage resistance aura thing. Banshees on these Tactical Marines. Bad place for the Tactical Marines to be. The Banshees have actually done really well. Level 3 now. Getting their Banshee Exarch again. (126 to 133). Very close on the VPs. I don't think anything can get here quickly enough, so it's going to be a 2-to-1 for Sephiroth. Maybe a quick double, actually, because these guys aren't capping yet. Las Cannon devs are down to a single model. Need to be so careful. Just saving some pop. Assault Squad also only have a single model. Just couldn't afford to reinforce everything, I guess. Dreadnought's taking shots and can't do much to the Fire Prism from range. Melter Bomb. Oh, the Melter Bomb's on rear armor. That's going to do a big chunk. Look at that. That's like 40% of its health. And now Terminators with their Power Fist going after it. Saved, perhaps, by the Levitation Field. Well played, Farseer. Seer Council getting hits in too as they float in the air. Is it fair that you can melee stuff while they're floating in the air? Maybe you shouldn't be able to. Maybe you should be able to just shoot them. Terminators are still going after it, but they're taking losses. Seer Council on them. Yeah, and if you were wondering, those guys have power melee weapons, which is why they tore through those Terminators so well. There's the GG. Looks like Sephiroth has it. Yeah, Moomin was down to a single unit there. It's a close finish and a fun fight on that west side. Those Tacks were going for the VP, but just didn't have enough to contest anywhere else. The Seer Council, the nail in the coffin there, just completely countered those Terminators pretty hard. Especially with the Farseer shenanigans. I don't think I had noticed the Psychic Storm be used that much. I guess it gave her more energy and stuff. Yeah, more health, more energy, and more energy regen anyway. Well, there you have it, guys. I'll see you in the next game. Thank you for watching. Back with game 2 then. We're in Division B on Leviathan Hive. Blue side is Wingblade with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. And up against Overtly Gemerous is a Tech Marine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. So long map, Leviathan Hive, quite expansive too, should be good for webways and the like. More scouts perhaps from Overtly to help traverse this thing. Do have some Banshees from Wingblade. Most likely into double ranges, been seeing that a lot from the Eldar against Space Marines. Yes, double scouts it is from Overtly Gemerous. No badge, means it's custom and I can't see it. Here comes the Warlock, fleeting all the way through the map to harass the Tech Marine. Can he jump on him before the cap is done? Oh, no jump. The Warlock did not leap. Gets a special attack, looking fancy, misses, and the cap was gotten. Guardians are gonna go for the VP, maybe straight onto the natural there. We do have both the natural VPs in the south, and there is that passage to go between them. Expect at least one shotgun, probably both. Warlock is just hanging around here. Gonna go for that wreck point, maybe. Lots of forward capping for Overtly Gemerous, being quite aggressive here. Banshee is going for the contested VP. Tactical Marines, they do have that faster capping trait, they can decap stuff so fast. It is Rangers here for Wingblade. Scouts going for that, and the Tactical Marines will decap the power. It's kind of raised platform here, you can get caught on it by Banshees in retreat perhaps, or something like that. Guardians having a go at the node. The Warlock did grab the wreck point. Surely there's going to be a webway around here somewhere, and maybe one over here near this VP. Going to see at least one sergeant. Here come double rangers. See if they can pop down those scouts. Warlock's in there. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage by default in melee. I think it's like 25 DPS. Relatively low, but he can do that. The Destructor. And his mobility and disruption is amazing, of course. Now going in on the Tech Marine. Any sign of the Mastercrafted Bolter? Nope. Where's the first Ranger squad? Here they are. Kind of support snipers that can disrupt and help out allies with infiltration. Probably stick with their Ranger buddies, most likely, as a control group. We do have shotguns, but no shotguns on these fellas. Are they going to go south? No, the Warlock is here, but is not decapping, so 2-1 for Overtly Gemerous. There's the Rangers. Oh, these guys are kind of split. Got into trouble. One more shot might take out a scout, depending on how the other shots landed. I don't think they were both on the same model, though, the last two shots. Scouts will clean up these back wreck points. Warlock grabbing that contested already natural VP. And we got a power bash. Flamer comes up just at the right time. Oh, they're just going to decap it. Here come Howling Banshees, they're not happy. Aspect of Strength. Perfectly timed shotgun blast though. The war shout did not affect anything. Did not quite get close enough. Or maybe they yelled in midair from the shotgun blast. It did take out a Tactical Marine. Dire Avengers doing some work here. Rangers getting shots in as well. Not forget that. Couldn't quite get another one on retreat, but maybe they can get a scout or two. Those Guardians are very low. Very brave. Down to a single model. The scouts did drop 2, and those tacks dropped 1. The Warlock. Did he get one in retreat? No. Goes for that power. They did not bash anything else. I think they could have got a couple of generators there, maybe, if the tacks were bashing and not decapping. But for a good 30 seconds or so, completely tanked Wingblade's power income by decapping. Tech Marine goes for a decap over here. Banshees are going to get on him though. And Ranger shots. Oh, they're going for the power node. Is that one more shot will kill him from each? Maybe not. Might have got him pretty close though. Who's going to win the grenade fight over here? Well, there you go. Frag grenade took out only a single model, apparently. Yeah, they can't stay in long enough to wait for them to retreat and chuck their own plasma grenade. Destructor. A little bit of damage. Rangers are very far forward. Look at that damage on the scouts there. That hit separate models, though. Did a bit unlucky. Shotgun blast runs them off. Flamer. I assume they're going to go straight back for this thing. Oh, scouts are right here. They can just decap. Banshee's grabbing this power. Took them a while, didn't it? Maybe they kept noding it or something. But they're just going to bash the gens when they uncap it. No, they want to take it. They want to steal it. Tactical Marines are on it now with their 50% faster capping. You've got to go for the grenade, surely. Oh, they're putting an energy shield up, but they're not close enough to shoot, though. Something for them to back off to, I suppose. Banshee's now on that natural VP. What is the Warlock doing? I was used the webway to get up here. There's the leap. Nothing a Tech Marine can do about this now, really. Oh, can do this. Can go back to his scout buddies. Warlock flees. What is this? Kinetic pulse. Was that a double kinetic pulse? No, there's the second one. Should haven't dropped a model though. Scouts. Retreat grenade. A nice idea. Over the cliff face. They didn't drop a model though. Rangers not having amazing luck getting actual model kills here. Although they did help take out that Tactical Marine earlier. What is this? Banshee is going for the VP, but Overtly has spotted this. And this should easily be able to deal with them with these shotguns there. Gonna get a decap? Oh no, they're not. They should have got a decap and just ran. Misplay, I think. Wingblade with a double shurikens. It's a hell of a tier 1. Overtly just going to go tier 2 and get a Razorback or a Dreadnought, I think. Floating power like crazy is Overtly Gemerous. No war gear on the Tech Marine. No Sergeant on those guys, but they do have their shotguns. Fellas, need to keep bashing the power to take it back. There you go. What are they looking at here? Oh, maybe they're microing their Rangers. Keeping the distance. Should be shooting the scouts, I think. There's one dead. Shuriken is not in a good position as a drop pod came in from Overtly Gemerous. Some more Tactical Marines hit the field. Warlock leaping in. And the Rangers are getting shots on those scouts. They're very low. They're going to wipe, and they do wipe. It's a good destructor too. Need to get into melee, Mr. Warlock. Banshee's on retreat path. War shouted way too early there. War shouted too early. Because it doesn't matter too much. They would have retreated anyway. Got a model. That was alright for Wingblade. Wipe the scouts. Got a Marine model here and there. But they've got a super heavy tier 1. And these are upgraded Rangers and upgraded Banshees and upgraded Guardians too. It's a lot of power spent. Rangers on that VP 286 to 462. You guys have run into a node and you're going to take forever to bash it. So there's no point. Just go for that VP, I say. Webway's still up here. Scouts, and these guys don't have their Sergeant, so they can't spot it. So the squad that wiped did have the Sergeant as well. Look at the difference in units on the field. Double the amount of units for Wingblade. Those guys can't see that. Which means Banshees could burst out of there and go after them, but they're on the VP anyway. They're trying to break this drop pod. They'll get there eventually. Kicking off towards the natural VP of Overtly Gemerous. Rangers had a look at it. They can turn and shoot and back off and turn and shoot. Don't lead them to your webway though. Boom boom. And then move. Do have a small setup time with sniper rifles. What is this? Shotguns versus Banshees. They got up and they're pissed. Scouts need to be careful here. I think Overtly is microing the other side. Can they finish him off? They might be able to. They've got space. Scouts down to 12 hit points. Can that lead model get a hit? No, she's slowed down by the plants there. And they are safe. Tax grab the VP. Those guys with flamers. Double shurikens here. Basically nothing Overtly can do about this other than just avoid it, I suppose. There's the tier 2 for Overtly. Grenade. Just to keep things back. Your shield's gone. That was a misplay from Wingblade. They should have just pulled back to the shurikens, I think. Tried to lead them into there. Suppress them, then chuck a grenade. Warlock's gonna jump. That guy might be dead. Hey! Keeping the pressure on. As the Space Marines hit tier 2. Just saw this thing stick out the side. I don't know why the shurikens are staying here so much. They're really paranoid about losing this power now, Wingblade, I think. One of them, at least, should be pushed up. Rangers just messed up that tactical marine pretty badly. Overtly's in tier 2 with loads of power. Must be saving for a dreadnought, or is pondering a quick tier 3 here. It is a dreadnought. Most likely with the assault cannon. Although a melee dreadnought would mess up the banshees a lot, I suppose. There's the leap. Still having this back and forth with these scouts is the warlock. Eats a shotgun blast and has to run. Because here come tactical marines, all melee, melee, melee. Didn't get it done, I don't think. Or maybe. No, he's okay. They can't catch him. Or can they? They can catch him. Wow. Look at that. Got it done. I thought it was far enough away there. Scouts are persuaded to leave the VP alone. These guys can get onto the natural of Overtly now, and they should. Lots of fire for the Rangers, all blocked up. That's a good kinetic pulse. Take a model, well done. Another kinetic pulse, I think. Almost got the Tech Marine. See these guys go into melee, get another attack. Rangers starting to do some work now. They really are. A Falcon on the way for Wingblade. Got another model on retreat. Here's the Dreadnought. It does indeed have the assault cannon. That's going to rip through the Rangers. Well, everything basically. But it won't do well against the Falcon. It needs to get into melee to damage the Falcon, really. Assault cannon barrage. The Rangers did not get into the webway, so still hasn't been spotted. Those guys don't have a grenade. The sergeant's coming. Can they get a retreat grenade and wipe out these banshees here? Decent effort. Got one of them. Good effort from Gemerous. 182 to 405. It's a big VP lead, actually, for Overtly Gemerous. It's taken a while, but Wingblade has pushed the shuriken up. Rangers here very low. Are you getting a bright lance? Oh, this one has a bright lance. Where is it, though? It's over here. Oh, did they cancel the Falcon? I think they cancelled the Falcon and they're going for Wraithguard. So you might see Assault Marines in response, although Overtly doesn't have much requisition. They had to reinforce a lot of Tactical Marines, didn't they? Here comes a Dreadnought from the wrong side in terms of where the Guardian's facing. It's the right side for the Dreadnought, I suppose, to go in from. Lots of retreating. This was never noded for some reason. I guess they were spending all that requisition, eh? Here's your Wraithguard. Very slow moving, especially without their Spirit Seer Warlock fella. But those Wraith Cannons will go through anything. Can't be suppressed. Very weak in melee. But the Wraith Cannons will suppress infantry if they hit them. And they did get a second, second Wraithguard squad right there. Where's the Warlock? You might want to stick with them to speed them up a bit. Just in the back lines. Got to go after the VPs a bit more though. It's a massive VP lead for Overtly. 300. Double cap now too. Scouts being sneaky. We do have a webway on the eastern edge. Should be closer to the VP though, surely. Tactical Marine's going to get rid of the Bright Lance. We've got too close to him. Banshee's doing what they can. Bright Lance means the Dreadnought has to back away. The Banshees might be able to get the Tech Marine here. I don't think they could all get in there, but they are going to get him. Tech Marine falls. Sync kill there from the Exarch. That's pretty cool. Lunging through the thorax with the spear. Wraithguard are trying to chase the Dreadnought, but I think it's far enough away. Maybe. Stop though. Rangers, sorry, Banshee's got wrecked. So it's the Exarch. I think she's going to be okay on retreat there. With 150 hit points. Yeah, surely. What is this? It's Tactical Marines getting wrecked by Wraithguard. 136 to 374. Overtly Gemerous goes. Tier 3. Oh, some friendly fire there from the Wraithguard. On the Bright Lance. Grenade? No grenade. That was a great time for a grenade because those guys are so low. Overtly taking their natural back. I guess the Warlock grabbed it. Yep, now grabbing their own natural. Both of the Wraithguard now have Spirit Seer Warlocks to help them move. Also increases their vision range a bit. But if the Spirit Seer Warlock goes down, you get a big old stun. 2 to 1 for Wingblade. Where does Overtly go now? They got a split, I think. There's too much stuff for them to fight head on. Unless they can drop in Terminators or something. Almost have the red. Banshee's giving chase. Barrage is well timed and well placed. There's also got the shotguns here. Ouch. Banshee's just exploding into a pool of red mist from that assault cannon. Wraithguard getting some capping done. Where are the Rangers? There's one of them left. They have done well. Killed a bunch of Marines. 136 to 317. Still haven't spotted this. Flame attacks might be looking for this generator again. Looks like they're going for it off the northern edge. Meanwhile, Scouts and Dreadnought against Wraithguard with a shield up. Are you going to grenade him? Grenade was dodged. Here's the Wraithguard now. 2 squads of them. Needs to try and get into melee here. And it has. Immediately a special attack too. Banshee's coming in. Needs to be careful though not to do too much friendly fire to those Banshees. Got to try and lead the target maybe with these shots. Ouch. Friendly fire. Ouch. Ouch. Actually suppressed the Banshees there. Tactical Marines are decapping. Not sure what they could do really. They could melee the Wraithguard, I suppose. Rangers getting shots in. I believe the Dreadnought has had it. The Exarch has enough damage on that spear to take down the Dreadnought without its melee resist. Because of that assault cannon. Down it goes. 136 to 235. Overtly Gemerous down to 3 units. And they're all tier 1 units. Scouts on the VP though. Continues to harass. What is this? It's a Venerable, I think. It is. You don't get Terminators with a drop pod. You get a Venerable Dreadnought. Unique walker for the Tech Marine. Tons of hit points. Can also charge. And as you can see, tear through stuff in melee. I guess they have what it takes to deal with it though. In fact, they have 2 Bright Lances. A Dreadnought could maybe charge them down. They have 2 Bright Lances and double Wraith, but they should have enough to deal with the Dreadnought. They might have bought Overtly Gemerous some time. Good grenade on the Rangers. Can they finish them off here with shotguns? Maybe they can. Maybe they should have kept moving. If they moved up with them, I think they would. Yeah, they would have finished them. But they were scared of these guys with their grenade, I suppose. Where is that Venerable Dreadnought? You can get Dark Age technology for this thing too, for plus 300 hit points, which takes it up over 2,000. Sorry, at level 1. No sign of it yet. I think it's 50 power to get it. It's not a cheap upgrade. They found a webway. And they found a Warlock. Who's got a special attack for them, going for the Witchblade of Gemerous. They are grabbing their natural back, 136 to 175 on the VPs. Bright Lancers need to be moving up a bit, surely. I don't think the Venerable is going to come this far down. Maybe it will. Double Wraithguard back in play. The Rangers back in play. Banshees are level what? Oh, they didn't reinforce though. Look at that. Having to go back to reinforce. Level 2. VPs are almost even. Double Bright Lancers. Don't want to be that close, I don't think. Grenade could disrupt both of them potentially, and a Shotgun Blast too. What is this guy doing? That was bizarre. I'm not sure what order was given for them to do that. Wraithguard getting shots in. Here comes the Venerable. It's a big blob of Wraithguard here. Banshees are there. Bright Lancers getting shots in. Venerable charges through. Wraithguard needs to move. I think there's a blessing of the Omnissiah to repair it from the global bar of the Tech Marine. He's coming to repair it to himself. Look at that. Tactical Marines have got rid of the Bright Lance. And the Wraithguard are going to struggle to hit it. They're trying to get rid of the Tech Marines level 4. The Venerable Dreadnought is going absolutely mental here. Dark Age of Technology is in. Level 2. 2225 hit points on this thing. Going absolutely ballistic. The Tech Marine is down. But can they stop this thing? 108 to 154, and Overtly has something on the natural VP. I imagine it's scouts. These guys need to be careful they don't lose everything. Warlock's going to go down. Maybe? Oh, he stopped attacking it. Wants to get back on those Wraithguard, I suppose. Warlock can't really do much to the Venerable Dreadnought with the Witchblade of Gemerous. Smacked him down. A lot. Oh, they're going for the charge to finish him off. The charge does do damage. Boom. And boom, it does it. Heroic Venerable Dreadnought here. Level 3. I mean, it seemed like Wingblade had everything they needed. They just got sloppy. They allowed the Venerable to get into melee with them. They should have moved, should have split, should have moved with things they could have done. The Bright Lance has now been wiped. Triple cap here for Overtly Gemerous with a Land Raid Redeemer on the way. They've completely turned this around here. And they've got the victory, surely. Wingblade just can't get to the VPs quickly enough. There's a double. What is this? That's Rangers going for that. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. The Warlock using Fleet to try and get to the natural VP, but there are scouts here to harass and harangue Champion Ars Providence. They can Shotgun Blast him. They don't have the energy to chuck the grenade. Oh, they do. They're level 4 scouts. They've got plenty of energy. But it's the game. And Overtly Gemerous takes it because of that heroic Venerable Dreadnought there. They didn't quite get level 4, but was pretty damn close. Killed so much stuff there. And that charge was amazing at the end. We had a level 3 Warlock at the end. And a level 4 Tech Marine down. I don't think they got any war gear. None that we can see anyway. But those repairs, that blessing of the Omnissiah and those repairs came in and helped that Dreadnought out. What a frantic finish. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Back with the third and final game of the day. We're in Division A and on Civil Frontier, blue side. Piano is a mech boy, teleporting hero, fighting in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, has a bunch of orky gadgets, up against Bruce Campbell with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. We have the Exodite's elite scheme here. Good old Civil Frontier have this big spine of VPs and resource points. Mech boy's teleport should allow him to get to these corner VPs quite well. We have double shooters and we have Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees going to go up the northeast corner, I think. Yes, Mech Boy most likely go down to this southwest corner, cap this stuff up. Going to run into the Guardians, but should be able to easily deal with them. Does some good DPS out the gate, the Mech Boy. Got shooter boys alongside him too. Warlock's going to go for a decap on the wreck points. All the orcs are going southwest, you know. Going to get into melee with the Guardians. Overhand smash with the gun there. He's also got a stiff left hook, that mech boy. Sluggers and shooters, I guess, are going to cap this stuff. Mech boy. Oh, mech turret. Awesome. Not very seen very often, I should say. Is there like a Gretchen in there that shoots the gun? I feel like there should be. If there isn't. Actually does a huge amount of DPS. It's like 140 DPS, I think. These guys are going to drop models so quickly. Look at that. And the damage stays linearly across the entire arc there. It doesn't fall off. Downside is that it doesn't suppress units. But it's got a huge amount of DPS. The Warlock can use the Immolator Blade to one-shot it with the Immolator. That's if the mech boy is not repairing it, that is. Good special attack there. It's got some Daka. It's got some Sluggers to deal with. Doesn't want to overcommit to this though, Piano. They do need to cap the rest of the map, but they are stealing this power. Meanwhile though, Banshees, yeah, Banshee's going to go after the power of Piano. Most likely get a full bash there. Mech boy teleports in for some melee. Maybe. Yep, goes for the Shuriken. There's that left hook. Shuriken's going to have to retreat. There is that garrison there that's going to help out Bruce Campbell. 400 hit points on the turret too. Banshees have bashed the power generator. Now they're getting the node. No sign of the Immolator Blade yet. I guess they can eventually deal with it. Turret is getting shots on the Guardians, but it's splitting between multiple models. It does get a couple of them though. Yes, a lot of DPS on that thing. Warlock able to use that. Use a distraction to get into melee. Now can't be fired upon. Should be able to deal with it. Oh, the mech boy already got out of there. While I was looking at the Banshees, I guess. Gonna get a decap, but might be able to stop the cap. Was it worth it? They did steal this power for a while. They haven't noded it though. Here comes another Shuriken and Storm Boys for Piano. So the turret has gone down. It might have been salvaged by Piano to get some resources back. I think you can do that with the mech boy turret. There's your Storm Boys. Power melee weapons on jump pack orcs. As fun as it sounds. Not the most graceful, but pretty damn fun to watch. And the mech boy can support them really well with his battery pack and his super tough beam. Shooters have big shooters, and here comes a Nob Leader. There's a Storm Boy jump. Jumps into more Shuriken though. I'm not sure. Yeah, they can't jump again. I think they've got a 60 energy jump, those guys. Might have been able to stay in plane and jump again, but would have dropped models. Warlock using fleets to start the decapping, shooting lightning hands. Can eat some Daka. There's the Destructor. There's the War. And look at the damage on that Warlock. That was pretty nuts. They could have used Aiming What's That as well if he got closer. Guardians here. Dealt with. Lots of pressure from the Orcs early on. I hear Banshees yelling. I'm not sure why they were yelling. Oh, maybe the Sluggers were around, I guess. Mech Boys already used the teleport. Going for the garrison. Maybe here comes Storm Boys. Doesn't need the garrison. It's got Storm Boys. And Banshees got wrecked in like a couple of seconds of melee. They were already a little bit low. Shooter Boys grabbing that southwestern wreck point. Are they going to harass the power again? With double shurikens around, it's maybe not a great idea. They're going for it. Maybe they're thinking, hey, distract the shurikens, keeping them over here. Mech Boy is going to cap, are you? There you go. No burners yet for the sluggers. I think both of the shooter boys are... No, these guys don't have their Nob Leader. It's a good destructor. Killed a couple of sluggers. Now has to eat some Daka. There is some heavy cover though. And Shuriken comes in. Might take a jump. There's the jump. And they pop their War too. Forces them off. Sluggers also forced off. Mech Boy did get the cap and levels up to 2. Got the proximity mines now. They're going to chuck it. There it is. If you chuck the mines... I didn't quite arm in time. But if you chuck the mines a short distance, they tend to blob up like this. So you get some nasty detonations. And it didn't hit the Warlock, but it's probably going to hit something there. at some point. Sluggers still without their burners. They can't really fight Banshees. But hey, shooter support. Storm Boys have taken some damage, but they haven't dropped a model. Those guys getting wrecked by the mines. Perhaps slightly lucky not to get wiped by them, actually. They got knocked over and stuff in kind of favourable ways. Banshee's running away. Mech Boy's in melee with the Shuriken, then gets knocked over. I'm not sure if the teleport was used already. Yeah, they can't use it again. Mines, is that going to wipe him? Very nearly, yes it does. Mine is doing some work. But the Mech Boy also went down there. 1-to-1 cap very early on. Piano does have a VP lead. Can the Shuriken facilitate a power bash here? Maybe not, because Storm Boys are just going to jump it. Guardians can counter-initiate with the grenade, maybe. Warlock taking a bunch of Daka to the back of the neck. And some choppers too. Guardians can't do a lot here, just outranged by the big shooters of the Shooter Boys. The Banshee's leveled? Not quite. Full power. And full power. Storm Boys looking for a way around. Do they want to jump that? They are going to jump it. Banshees are right there. So are the Guardians. Yeah, had to back off. Couldn't see what we could see there. Any war gear for the Warlock? No. Might see the Witchblade of Kurnus against this 2 melee squads though. We've seen how Sluggers can get exponentially more powerful with their Slugger and their Burners. So it could very quickly make them much more of a threat. Got some options here, Piano. War Truck would do well. Weird Boy would do well. Bruce Campbell down to 3 units. I think... I mean, a Wraith Lord would be great to smack down the Storm Boys, but can they wait that long? Lots of Daka on the power. I think it's going to be a triple cap, maybe? At least for a while. Shuriken trying to bait the jump. The Banshees are too far away for that. Oh, the Mech Boy just teleported in anyway. There's a triple. Sluggers going for the southwest. Power bash here, maybe. From the double shooters? Nope. I think that was the time to power bash. And they're thinking about it. I think they are going to do it. The rest of the guys capping. Banshees using their fleets to try to get after the Shooter Boys. Can they bash one gen? Probably. Oh, they scared off by the Shuriken. Didn't want to get caught in that suppression because it's basically a you have to retreat now time. It is a Wraith Lord from Bruce Campbell. And the Mech Boy can get an anti-vehicle weapon, a very powerful one too, his Beamy Death Gun. He's also got a battery pack. Storm Boys can get a heavy melee Knob Bleeder, there he is. But they don't want to fight the Wraith Lord really. The stun's going to be useful though on landing. There's the War Shout. Lots of Daka for the Banshees, not a good fight for them. Storm Boys barely took any damage there actually. There's the Knob Bleeder now. And there's a jump. They're going for the wipe. Distort field up on the Banshees doesn't help them in melee. And that was weird. They didn't... I mean, Storm Boys are just bad at chasing stuff. And they really messed that up. Didn't help that the Banshees split around this object here. Slightly unlucky not to get the wipe. But the X-Arc came in. It might have saved them in a way. Oh, there's the mines. Messing with the Wraith Lord. Look how much slower. I think it's like 60% speed debuff or something crazy from those mines. And there's no rangers to spot them. I assume they're going to get rangers now because that's a big problem. Tank busters for Piano. Anti-vehicle unit that can also disrupt infantry. Warlock on the prowl going for the southwestern VP. Banshees looking for a fight too. They could get stunned by the Storm Boys, which will create some space for the shooters. Mines thrown in a little bit late. War Shout suppresses a bunch of stuff. There's aiming, what's that? And a big old retreat from Piano. Those guys are going to get the VP, I think. Need to be careful about how they get out of this situation, though. Don't want to just retreat. Could jump this way, maybe. Or just jump over the Wraith Lord. Or they can't get the cap either. Banshees are getting messed up by the Mines. Storm Boys jump over stuff and then retreat. Meanwhile, oh, Sluggers messed up the Warlock because they have their Nob Leader. Don't have their burners yet though. Warlock had the Witchblade of Kernus on the way. Ethereal Slash will help in those melee fights if he gets caught. Could basically win those melee fights actually. Here's your Tank Busters. There's the Barrage. Those guys that got the Distort Field and then just retreated. That's a little bit of a waste of red there for Bruce Campbell. Now we see the Witchblade of Kernus gives him the grenade icon because it gives him an AoE ability. Banshee's trying to hide behind this thing, then they dart out looking for the Mech Boy. There's the Daka for the suppression. War Shout didn't suppress the Mech Boy, did suppress the shooters. I guess it was just far enough away. Big jump in from the Storm Boys. I don't think they got a stun. Guess I didn't need it. Would have been retreat anyway. Wraith Lord is stepping on the mines. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but that slow is brutal. Look at that. And we do have rangers up here now for Bruce Campbell so they can spot the mines. And if mines are spotted, they will not detonate in the traditional sense. You can still shoot them to detonate them, of course. Death Dread now for Piano. Tank Buster Barrage. Couple of decent hits. And from a very safe location there. I mean, the Wraith Lord it's not a great shape, is it, to hit with a Tank Buster Barrage. It's very slender. You want a fat Land Raider or something to hit with that. 375 to 329. Death Dread is up. Clanking around in the background there. No burners for the Sluggers. There'll still be more than enough to get in amongst the Guardians or the Rangers or the Shuriken if you can get around. Lots of space to move around the Shuriken here. That's just the wrist-mounted Shuriken doing some good work against those Sluggers. The Guardians are also helping. Here comes the Death Dread. Stomping through using that Rampage. Did that hit? Oh, maybe it hit the Wraith Lord. That certainly hit the Banshees. Storm Boys going for the northeastern VP probably at some point. There we go. Didn't queue the order up, but got it done. What is this? Warlock has found the Mech Boy. He's now got a power weapon too. Been decent chunks of damage off that guy. Here comes the Death Dread. Can't fight this thing. Does have the burners and bits. Plus 300 hit points. And you get those burners. Almost took the Warlock out there. 315 to 329. The Orcs going to have a 2-to-1 cap. And now Piano can try and stabilize on these two VPs here. Bruce Campbell immediately trying to get around. Maybe harass the power, try to drag Piano's stuff around. Still got to be careful of these Tank Busters. The Mech Boy will at least put up a fight to the Wraith Lord. It can't 1v1 it. But maybe he can keep it in place for the Tank Busters to do their thing. Tier 3 all round. Almost level 3, that Mech Boy. If they get a Fire Prism, surely we're going to see that beamy Death Gun. Rangers do have their Pathfinder gear. Death Dread turns and skedaddles away from that Wraith Lord. Shooter Boy's going to be in trouble here. Death Dread is getting isolated too. Meanwhile in the mid, special attacks from the Banshees. And the Ethereal Slash. That was the battery pack heal there on the Sluggers. Banshees have to retreat. Warlock is still here though. Doing some good damage now. What's he got? Level 2. Death Dread has lived. Being chased. Can the Bright Lance get a couple more shots on? I don't think it can set up in time. No. It gets away. Big firing arc on this thing. Not far off tier 3 units. What are they going to go for? I mean, Nob Squad, always pretty damn good. I think I'd rather a Nob Squad here than a tank. Bit easier to use. Might see a retreat grenade here. Maybe. Oh, they weren't quite in the right position at the right time. Wanting to finish that cap, I guess. 312 to 277. Gonna be a double, I think, from Bruce. Looks like it. I think he can weather this storm, or maybe not. That's a lot of Daka. Could not get the cap. It has double shooters there. Banshees having a rough time with his mines. And it's a Seer Council from Bruce Campbell. Lots of disruption. Lots of things to give this Orc infantry headaches. But it is a Nob squad from Piano, and the mech boy can support them so well. Might see the super tough beam. The mines have done good job, good work though. Maybe the Cloak of Shadows to help support the Banshees and the Seer Council. Going for the warp throw, actually. Good way to shut down a ranged squad is to just chuck them around. Just chuck the tank busters towards your melee stuff, I guess. Here's the Seer Council. It's a squad of warlocks with power melee weapons. Leap onto you, shoot lightning out their hands, and provide a 15% range damage reduction to allied infantry around them, also themselves. There's a Nob squad though. Big mean orcs. Tear through anything in the game, especially with some support, and they have it from the mech boy. They got the battery pack here. I wonder if we'll see the Pain Boy make an appearance, because he can make the Nobs insane. Do they even have the population for that? They don't. 243 to 277. Might see a big old game-defining fight here. Rampaging. Death Dread goes in first. There's a Stormvoid jump onto the Bright Lance. Wraithlord is there. And now the Nobs join the fight. Now they have their meaner and greener, do they? Yes, they do. They've got the plus indicator there. Don't have the Nob leader yet. Some heavy melee headbutts for the Wraithlord to deal with. Bright Lance again able to get a few shots and goes for the garrison. Banshees, where's your war shout? Now weird, did the war shout work? Didn't seem to suppress the Nobs. There's Frenzy. Down goes the Death Dread, but I think the Wraithlord is done for as well. Sync kill from the Wraithlord though on the Death Dread, because you've got tank busters and the melee of the Nobs. You know what? That sync kill saved the Wraithlord, I think. Yeah. And some people have asked why, hey, why did Elite mod remove so many sync kills? Because of things like that. That Wraithlord should not have got away. Sync killing gives you like 75% damage resist, I think. Which meant it wasn't taking big damage from those tank buster shots. It wasn't taking damage from the Nobs. Was able to get enough support to get away. Here comes a Fire Prism from Bruce Campbell. Mine still being annoying, but they get in amongst the tank busters. Chop, 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 chop. Maybe. Yeah, he got one. 202 to 269 southwest. These guys are not capping. There we go. They worked it out. Seer Council on that northeast. Nob squad. More than a match for the Howling Banshees there. Are the Stormboys going to jump after them? Now keep it for the... when you don't really need to stop the Bright Lance down, there's no vehicles around. Keep it for jumping on the rear armor of the Fire Prism, maybe. Do not see Super Tough Beam yet from the Mech Boy. And they might want it now because there's a Fire Prism which is going to knock down the Nobs. Super Tough Beam gives you knockback immunity. It's expensive though. These are like 50 power or something. It's a lot. Knocked off the cap. They're not going to be able to get it. Tank Buster Barrage. Some good hits. Really good hits. Holy crap. Like 60% of his health gone. What if they kept the Mech Boy there so that the Fire Prism would stay there for the Tank Buster Barrage? Here come the Nobs. They've got their Nob leader. They can also get huge hammers, but I think that's more of a luxury purchase. Some players rush into that. They got Meaner and Greener and their over 1,000 hit point Nob leader. they're going to do pretty damn well. Tank Buster Barrage again, almost finished off the Fire Prism. Seer Council dealt with. Mines thrown on the VP there, as you can see. There's the washout for the Nobs. I don't think they've popped Frenzy yet. Oh, do they have the red for it? Oh, they do. 75 red to use Frenzy. It's not cheap. Fire Prism getting that knockback though. That's going to be a big problem for the Nobs, but they still get in on the Rangers and almost, yes, they do take them out. That was the Ethereal Slash from the Warlock, 196 to 234. Storm Boys, I guess, were busy capping the Northeast. Double cap now for Piano. Have we seen a walkthrough yet? I'm sure we have. I just haven't noticed it. Guardians eating mines. More mines now. They've done really good work. I wonder how long it takes them to arm. Oh wow. Not long at all, it seems. Tank Buster Barrage. Massive danger for that Fire Prism, as you've seen. 196 to 190. The VPs are very close. Piano now getting some commandos. Great choice to help him get around the map, cap things, disrupt things. And we do have the BB Def Gun of the mech. If he can teleport behind the Fire Prism, it's going to like two-shot it. Wraith Lord still around. Oh, he's in the firing arc, but he doesn't have vision. Here comes the Wraith, the Warlock, sorry. Jumps in with an Ethereal Slash. That was weird. But it works, and then runs away. So they've seen the Beamy Def Gun for sure. Mines messing up the Wraith Lord. Guardians there to try and repair. They're repairing the Fire Prism though, which can do that. Level 3 mech and a level 2 Warlock. And you can teleport while you're set up, so it's good to teleport directly forward so you keep facing the same direction if you can. Tank Busters are still around too. Shooter Boys and Sluggers trying to cap the southwest, but here comes a whole bunch of stuff. That's bad news. 120 to 182, double cap for Bruce Campbell. Piano looking for a big brawl to win again, I think. Here we go. Nob Squad against the Seer Council. Nob Squad, they just have too much hit points and frenzy. They do take a lot of damage from Seer Council though. The Fire Prism's almost down. I think the Commandos have it. The Commandos have it with their Nob Leader's rocket launcher. And now they go all in on the Wraith Lord, I suppose. Beamy getting shots. These guys are not firing though. And the Nob Squad are getting wrecked. Oh, Call the Boys. The Nobs fully reinforced of Call the Boys. Commandos are going to go after those guys. They can chuck things. Oh, they can't. They don't have the energy to chuck things. Wraith Lord goes down. Really good use of Call the Boys there. These guys using their Embolden to try and fight off those Commandos. Grenade for the mech. Almost wiped them out. 60 to 182 on the VPs. It's a close one. Got another Guardian weapon team. There's 3 of them now for Bruce Campbell. Just trying to control the Nobs. Does have some good disruption from the Seer Council still. And of course, the Witchblade of Kernus and the Warp Throw. But can they put it all together against the Nobs? Sometimes they just brute force their way through all your stuff. Sluggers must flee. Gets onto the central VP, and are you guys capping? You are. So 2 to 1 for Piano, I think, if all this stuff caps. Did you guys level? Very close to leveling. So your Council can get up to close, like 3,800 hit points, I think. Close to 4,000 if they get level 4. Are these guys going to both have shurikens? I guess so. Heavy melee headbutt from that Nob Leader. Massive special there. Holy crap. Seer Council just holding this stuff up as long as they can, I suppose. Are they going to get models on retreat? Those big chain axes. Or chain choppers, maybe they call them. I think they just use choppers, actually. Huge being a favoured adjective for the Orcs, I think. Those Storm Boys going northeast, 45 to 132. Sluggers and Knobs on the Banshees, but they do have Shuriken support. Distortion field for the Banshees, not much of a help there. Doesn't help you against melee attacks. There's a grenade, really well timed grenade from Bruce Campbell. Bunch of Daka for the Guardians, level 4 Guardians though, and here comes a Warlock. Triple cap for Bruce Campbell, I think they have it as a GG from Piano. And there it is, awesome game. Had a level 4 mech at the end, maybe the super tough beam. Could have done some work, but as I said, it is really expensive. And it got the Fire Prism down. And we had a level 4 Warlock. Awesome stuff. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.